So yeah, I could do a review, but it would be a negative one again. So let's just talk about this book. So it mentions the Kardashians because it's got it in the title, the Kim Kardashian Principle, Why Shameless Sells. So I just opened it somewhere and it talks about narcissists. And they got it wrong because here it says that the narcissist actually is a seeker other than pity poor ego. But that's not true, because what narcissist is doing is he's looking at his image and he's like not seeking he's saying, oh yeah, instead of blaming the millennials and the Generation Z for selfie culture, let's acknowledge that humans have always been self-obsessed, blah 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 blah. They don't even get it right, the point about narcissism. Those people aren't seekers, they are just intakers, they are stealers. They don't reflect, because if they would, as we know, they'd see how destroyed their inner self is and that they have never developed it. So they are still stuck in that child state of whatever. That's why they are narcissists. Maybe he's just stating, the first narcissist, the Greek mythology, because, to fill up this book, But actually, always looking at yourself and be self-obsessed isn't exactly what a narcissist does. This narcissistic personality disorder thing. I should have taken the other book with me. Remember, there was a book about the psychological disorders, that manual. So that one talks about somebody that's in this cluster B, they say, of these disorders, not having developed a personality because they decided that their inner self cannot be gaining them the needs they need for surviving when they were a child. So then they started to build up a persona, and this persona gets all the attention. So when they harm you or when they make you laugh, better when they harm you, they get a lot of attention. You're angry at them, so their built-up persona feels alive to them and not their true inner self. So that's what a narcissistic personality disorder is. And this book is just not worth reading, I guess, because whenever you open it, probably you go, and they just put a lot of citations when people say something, but that doesn't make it better, because they've been citing Dolly Parton about doing plastic surgery. That's where I started to read.
Weiter als S2 nach Altendorf, Lachen, Ziegelbrücke. Next stop, Pfäffikum. This train continues as S2 service to Altendorf, Lachen, Ziegelbrücke.
But they're getting it right. So the narcissists are generally the winners in life. Yeah, in life, in the outside world of our lives, but inside they have lost. They might make it, they might be the CEOs and stuffs. Okay, so shall I continue reading? Now they're citing people and psychologists further on, so they get it right. Perhaps it's a survival mechanism. Yeah, it is, because they seem to have been ruptured somehow. The raptured butthole. South Park. Yeah, well, I've seen the first episode already about the Tegrity farms and all of that, but it wasn't that interesting. So yeah. So okay, they're even citing Aleister Crowley, whom we know has never existed. So they made up this persona just to get us thinking about where are we? I missed. Yeah, well, it still says Ziegelbrücke. So, okay, let's say what they say about in the late 1800s, Aleister Crowley earned a reputation for being the a reputation he earned in Italy. It says he's been killing someone, so he was evicted from Italy. He was like the meanest man alive, and he wasn't allowed to be anywhere. But if you ask me, he's just an invented person for this theological stuff the elite wanted to get us lost in, the Crowley tarot and all of that, which is like another religion to some. And his book Telema, Do What Thou Wilt, now they're citing that one. You should. Shenanigans. Yeah, now I'm reading it because they're Russell Brand. They're now... Yeah, he's on the Beatles cover. All of them are. Like all of them, these... Yeah. Yeah, that's true. His message was, do whatever the hell you want. Yeah, it's kind of not leading anywhere. This language, I mean, if you go onto YouTube and you actually want to listen to these Thelema books, you just won't get it. It's just gibberish. But do what thou wilt, everyone understands. So that's like the only thing you need to know, actually. And when you go to Ed Carini, he says that Crowley was this and that actor. So that he actually, says a name and puts two pictures beside each other. So those people, according to Miles Mattis, they could even be cousins. It doesn't have to be the same guy. And also, Ed Carini should show ears, because he's about ear analysis and not that much about, frontal faces. This book is for people that kind of want to be the next Kardashian and just kind of, haven't got something inside of them, so they need a recipe. Pablo Picasso is cited, learn the rules like a pro so you can break them like an artist. Yeah. So he was too bought by the elite, starting as he did and then migrating to not knowing how to paint. That's what he did. Like his first picture when he was painting a dying one kind of looks realistic and all, and then later on this cubism was like come on. So that was the invention of modern art, and he was surely paid by the Guggenheims and all of them, kind of following. Where are we? Oh, come on. Machiavelli, I read that book, and he said it's better to be feared than loved. Yeah, if you want to rule, it is true. But actually, if you're loved, people will just follow you, whatever you say. But when you're feared, people want to run away from you. They don't really spend their energy on you. So yeah, I run out of battery. There are 6 principles of a selfie: surprise, expose, lead, floss, intimate, and execute. Execute, I don't get. But they're explaining.
Lachen.
Now execute, just do stuff, be active instead of react. Because people won't come up to you, that's execute, and ask you for this and that. You gotta ask people for this and that. Okay, we've seen it. Bye bye.